I've been on vacation this week and I managed to get a few things done that I had been procrastinating about. So let's have our weekly Friday Sews chat. So a few weeks ago, I think it's when I talked about my capsule wardrobe for the island weekends, I showed you a dress I'd finished, but there was a lot of gaping at the armholes, and so you could basically see my entire bra. A lot of you gave me suggestions on how to fix it, and many said, just put like some extra fabric. Nobody's gonna notice and it's gonna fix it. And I took your advice and fixed my dress. So I'm gonna share some pictures I took because I wore it actually to go to the island one day this week. And you're right, it doesn't show. It doesn't show in pictures. It doesn't show in person. Somebody would have to be incredibly close to me to notice what's going on under there. But yeah, I basically inserted, see that? It's really hard to tell. I inserted fabric right here and sewed it basically just on the inside, following the seam line on the band that I didn't even take out. Like I added on top of the band and everything. Like on the outside, it looks really good. It's fine. On the inside, it looks a little bit sloppy. I could have done a better job of finishing the inside, but you know what? I don't care. Nobody is gonna look at the inside of this dress. This is something I'm gonna wear at the island only. So who cares really? So here it is. So yeah, raw edges right here, but who the heck cares? Now I will adjust the pattern so that when I make this dress again, it's gonna fit better because I will make this again. It was such, like it was so comfortable to wear. It was a hot day. It was, yeah, so nice. So thank you to all of you who suggested that fix, because worked like a charm. I can wear this dress now without having to wear something on top of it. And yeah, super pleased. The other thing I had been procrastinating about and finally got caught up on is the Effervescence Quilt-Along hosted by the Quilting Jet Girl. So every year she hosts a quilt-along. I do it every year because I'm one of her patrons, whatever that is. And I get the pattern for free. So we get instructions every 3 weeks, I think it is. And I had really fallen behind in the spring just because things got a little busy. Now I'm fully caught up. I've sewn all of the blocks. I've sewn those blocks into rows. The next set of instructions should be hitting the inbox next week. And that's when we assemble the quilt and finally get a look at this quilt all put together. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm loving the colors in this. And yeah, I will share the finished top as soon as it's done. And then the third thing I got done this week, I managed to finish my Think Pink project for the month of June. Yes, and I'm super pleased with it. I filmed the video. It is now with Marianne for editing, so that will come out on the channel on Tuesday next week. And yeah, I think it was another success. So very good week in the sewing room this week. Yeah, I'm very pleased. In terms of my plans for this coming weekend and next week, so the weather in Montreal is going to be pretty terrible over the weekend. So whether or not we're going to go to the island is a little bit up in the air at the moment. And I wouldn't be mad about staying in the cities because that way I can spend most of my weekend down here working on a few things. So I have 2 things I'm working on right now. The first thing is a really fun project where I'm trying to recreate a pretty trendy look at the moment, something I see online all of the time. I've decided to recreate it using patterns I owned and I've made. And I'm probably going to film a video all about that and then publish it at some point in the month of July. So stay tuned for that. And I have to work on Marianne's July garment. So there are quite a few new subscribers around these parts. So let me give you a little bit of background. First of all, who Marianne is. So Marianne is my daughter. She's my adult daughter. And when I first started my YouTube channel, she agreed to work as my part-time editor. So she's the one who edits all of my Tuesday videos. I do these Friday shows myself. And as payment for publishing my videos or editing my videos, she gets one garment a month made by me. So in June, I made her a skirt. Now in July, she says she needs shorts. So we flipped through my patterns. Nothing really hit her fancy. Our styles are very, very different, her and I. So I wasn't surprised that none of my elasticated waist shorts were tickling her fancy. So I right away pulled up the Lander pants and shorts because I thought that would be right up her alley. And sure enough, she fell in love with the pattern. So I'm gonna buy the Lander pants and shorts. And we have some cotton that we purchased, or I purchased with her in mind. She picked the color. This is a washed cotton from, and I'm sorry it looks very crumpled because I washed it last night. This is a washed cotton from Core Fabrics. I think it's the perfect weight for some summer shorts. I think it's a little bit too lightweight for pants that you might want to wear in the spring, fall, but for summer shorts, I think this will be good. So I'm going to make her the Lander shorts out of this. But I need to make a muslin first because she's got a pretty big difference between her waist measurement and her hip measurements. I've never had to grade between that many sizes to make anything for her because typically, like, I haven't made anything super fitted for her yet. So she's a size 0 at the waist in this pattern and a size 8 at the hip. So I would go across like 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4 sizes. I've never done that. So we're going to do a muslin first. Plus I want to practice the whole button fly because it's not a zip fly, it's a button fly. So yeah, if you've made the Lander shorts and you have some tips for me, put them in the comments, please. I would really appreciate it. Now, instead of grading so many sizes, what I might try is start from a size 0, which is going to be good for her waist, and it's going to anchor the shorts right there. And then I'm going to use the pivot and slide method to add width to the hips. That might work. So I think I'm going to try that. So I'll report back on how that works out because I have been dying to try the pivot and slide method on bottoms for months now, and I have the perfect opportunity to do that. So yeah, we'll report back on how that goes for me. And in terms of sewing, that's pretty much it. So 3 pretty good wins in the sewing room this week and some really fun and interesting plans for the next week, which, yeah, I'm very happy about. In terms of life, well, Dad is home finally. So he's out of the hospital. He's not out of the woods. I mean, his condition, there is no cure for, but the doctors are hoping to at least increase his quality of life a little bit. But yeah, so I've been trying to spend some time with him and visit with him, but it's also difficult because he gets tired really easily. But yeah, at least he's home. Other good news is I finally got to meet with a surgeon and I am on the list for my surgery, which is probably going to happen within the next 2 months or so, which is really, really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, it's just been a really good week off. I've had lots of time to relax. I've had lots of time down here. Yeah, I got to hang out with Marianne actually today. I had a brunch with friends. It's just been a really, really good week. And it's not over. I'm still off until the 2nd, so I only go back to work on Wednesday next week. So lots more time to just chill and relax and enjoy myself, which is pretty good. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for me for this week's Friday Sews. I think it's gonna be a pretty short one. I hope you're all doing well. Please let me know in the comments below what you've been working on, what you're sewing, what you're up to this week. I would love to know. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, please give the video a thumbs up on your way out if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.